Hello, my name is Angela. I'm with Vipkid, a teacher and brand ambassador, and I am bringing you this brand ambassador video to share a huge and exciting update and announcement about Vipkid, and that is the release of a brand new recruitment process. To keep up with demands and sometimes the need for change, Vipkid has changed the way that they are hiring teachers. Some of it will stay the same, some of it's going to be a little bit different, but all of it is going to be better. So I'm going to outline the new recruitment process for you, hopefully answer some questions that you may have, but please subscribe and ask any questions you have below. Let's get a conversation going about this, what you think, and hopefully you're ready to get your referral link out there and help recruit new teachers, because Vipkid has recently made some big announcements about partnering with Microsoft in China, opening into 100 countries over the next few years, expanding 4 different product lines. There's certainly a demand for teachers, and this new recruitment process will help meet that demand and bring the best teachers to these students. So let's jump in. The first step is still the basic application, and the basic qualifications are going to stay the same. An applicant will first register an email address and password and a referral code, if you have one, for an existing Vipkid teacher who is willing to walk you through the process to help you get hired. After that, the second step is the same, and that's the interview and demo lesson, and this will stay the same at this point. So you'll have a few different options for your interview. You can do a live interview with a staff member in Beijing, and you will cover the My Feelings lesson at the same time. So the beginning of that interview is some basic interview questions, and then you start teaching the interviewer, who will pretend to be a student. The other option is to do that, but record yourself doing it on the Vipkid website. So you simply pretend that there's someone interacting with you and you teach the same lesson. And the third option is an invite-only option, and that's the Interview Express, that involves sending in a 3-minute video and doing a brief quiz. Now, after the interview, this is where the new recruitment process changes a little bit. And this is also where some of the good news comes in, that if you've passed the interview, you will not fail at this point. The only reason your account would get locked or you would come into any problems is if you rescheduled your mock class more than once within 24 hours of the start time. But even if that happens, if something comes up within 24 hours and you find yourself having to reschedule it more than once, you can email Vipkid and let them know what's going on, and they'll work with you to allow you to keep going in the process. Or if you tell them, I don't want to do this anymore, but there's no more failing, we're locking your account for 3 months. So that's the first piece of good news. The second is that Vipkid no longer decides what levels teachers will certify for. So previously, after your mock 1, your score for that would determine if you did a beginner or an advanced level mock 2, and based on your performance on your mock classes when they hire you, they say, we think you're better for beginner levels or intermediate levels. And then those are the students you have to teach for a certain amount of classes. And that is over. So now, after your interview, if you pass, you go to the certification center. In the certification center, you get to choose the level for the mock class that you want to teach. So the lower level, levels 2 or 3, includes beginner students. This is where we teach them the basic letters, phonics, and memorized answers, questions and answers, like what is your name, how old are you. This involves a lot of demonstration and a lot of TPR. So then you can choose to do that mock class, or you can choose the intermediate mock class, which is for levels 4 and 5. Now these students are a little more advanced. They're learning more advanced grammar and phonics. They're able to answer a few open-ended questions in English, and they're starting to read independently. They're learning some of the irregular rules in English, and they're basically just a little bit more advanced and a little more familiar with the English language. So you get to choose which level you want to do, and you actually will have the chance to certify for both if you want. So you choose which level you want, and then you begin training for that. You're taken to a place with prep material that also has the space for you to schedule your mock class. So you'll be directed to different videos and taught about the teaching standards, educational TPR, modeling, etc. In the same area where you book your class, there's also a little button for a practice room. So you can practice your mock class up until it's scheduled in an actual classroom. So you'll know exactly what it's going to look like, exactly what you're going to look like in your camera. You can practice for the real thing, which is awesome. Then After your mock class, if you pass, you can sign your contract, do your background check, and begin teaching. Or you can go back to the certification center and do the mock class to certify for intermediate levels, so that when you sign your contract, you have all of these certifications, meaning that you can teach students of all of these levels right from the start. If you don't quite pass the mock class, you will get another chance, and if you fail after that, it is not over. You get sent to a support center where you just get to learn a little bit more about the VIP Kid teaching style. You get to learn more about their standards to make sure you're ready for those students, and you must take a brief quiz and pass it, and then you can book your mock class again. There's no need to reapply and start all over. You can just keep trying. If you fail again, you'll go back to the support center, learn a little bit more, figure out what you missed. And the really cool thing about the support center is it lets you watch your mock class, so you can critique yourself and see where you went wrong and compare it with videos that you're watching in the support center and on YouTube or wherever, right? So you can really, really, really know this teaching style before you're hired. So do that mock class as many times as you need until you are hired. Then you can go certify for the next level, or you can sign your contract, and then you become a VIP Kid teacher. So I'm really excited for this new recruitment process. I think it's going to help new teachers be more prepared and more confident for those first few classes. It's going to make the learning curve a little less steep, so they'll know what to expect right off the bat. It's going to help more people get this job, and we all know how much I love this job. It's the best in the world. It's going to be so exciting to see all the new changes that VIP Kid has planned for the future, and it's really exciting for everyone jumping on board right now because they're part of this new wave of programs released by VIP Kid. So it's going to be unveiled in August. That's when it's going to start. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, reach out to me. Drop a comment. Let's talk about what you think about this new recruitment process. I'm a little curious, especially if you do refer a lot or you're heavily involved in coaching and helping people get hired like I am. I'm curious what your thoughts are on this new process. Let me know how it goes for you. If you are interested in VIP Kid, have any questions, shoot me an email. I'm happy to help you and answer your questions. Please subscribe so you don't miss any other important announcements or videos. And as always, happy teaching!